I realized that nearby there's a lot of wildlife living out in the forest, and I was out last week and I found some mountain lion tracks. Beyond those telephone poles, that's where I'm going. This forest isn't too far out of town, so I just got to get past the construction and the traffic. I'm going back to this hill. I was looking into the forest and I found an area that just called to me. Something about the brush and the sun and the trees. Right in the middle of it all, I found these mountain lion tracks. And I felt like I had found a friend. This big cat. I was driving out this way just a couple nights ago. It was the day after I saw the mountain lion tracks. I was really excited and I went back to the hill. And I found a chewed up bone. It looked like possibly a femur from a deer. I was really excited and I came back to town and I was actually at a social event. I was talking about the lion and how happy I was to see him or her, and I think I'm gonna call her Hobbes. You know, like in Calvin and Hobbes. The Hobbes was a tiger, this is a mountain lion, but you know, still a nice name. Anyway, so after this get together, I was driving back right around here actually on the edge of town, and I saw it was a bobcat. Bobcat ran right out in front of my car, and I stopped, real quick, and it was right there in my headlights, and I got a real good look at it for just a second or so, and then it decided to turn around and ran back into these bushes it came from. It's pretty rare to see a mountain lion. I didn't see it, I just saw its footprint, but also a bobcat, pretty rare. I've only seen one in my whole life before, a few thousand miles away from here, so I just felt like I was onto something. We're gonna go look for Hobbes. Alright, so there's the road, and up that way is the hill. Right on the edge here I found, it was on the ground, but I found this bone I was telling you about. It really looks like it's been chewed on pretty good and snapped. It's pretty old. Not a recent thing, but it does look like it's really been gnawed on. I don't know if it was the cat or what, but it's a clue. It starts slow and then gets a bit steeper up there. Then there's another hill and a ridge. So here we're getting closer to the first ridge. And on top of that, there's this bike trail. And then if we get past the bike trail, that's the last sign of humans. And we go up another hill, and then we're in Hobbes' zone. Now, it was at the beginning of these plants that I thought mountain lion might like to hide out. Alright, so here's the mountain bike trail. Looks like fun. We came from down there somewhere. Still hear the highway. But beyond this is Hobbes territory. That's where we're going. So this is where the going gets a little more rough. There's another hill. It's way up there. We're still pretty close to the bike trail. It's the last of it. But now we're going up. And this is where it gets a little spooky. The woods get really thick and you can't see very far. But I think that's just what Hobbes likes. So we'll go take a stroll, see how it is. So here we are, getting into the thick of things. And this is where things get a little bit spooky, as you'll see. I'm going to walk over all these logs. Going's a bit rough. It's getting darker. Can hardly hear the highway now. You get a little winded going up this hill. Keeps going for a ways too. That's the name of the game. Hobbes isn't trying to hang out with other humans. I'm taking Hobbes' lead here. I'm just going through the toughest terrain possible, looking for sign. But I don't know if Hobbes hangs out down here so much. I think Hobbes probably enjoys it mostly up on the ridge. Looking for deer sign, anything really. But I'm gonna keep charging up this hill. Came from down that way, showing you all the down trees up on this hill. They're just littered all over. We're getting close now though. I think if we just get up over to that light, we'll be near the top. Getting close. Find all kinds of beautiful little mushrooms and things growing. Those little white dots. flats right near the top. And over this ridge, that way, is where I found Hobbes's first prints. Now this seems like a nice place for a mountain lion to take a nap in the daytime. You'll see there's lots of that shrubby stuff up here and lots of cover for Hobbes to be hiding in. I don't want to sneak up on Hobbes or anything like that. I'm really just looking for sign. In fact, hopefully Hobbes isn't here, so I don't bother him at all. I'm just compelled to see what I can find. I already feel better being up here. We're getting to the top of the ridge finally. It's flattening out. All this quiet. Oh, I thought I heard something. I thought I heard something. Sounded bigger. Could have been a deer back that way. I was just looking down at this stuff. I think it's an old mushroom. Pretty gross. Not Hobbes sign though. Now this looks like a hoof print. It very well could be a deer. It's a little bit washed out, so I can't confirm. We'll keep moving. I heard that noise coming from just beyond this thicket here. I might have woken Hobbes up from a nap, which is much better than me surprising him. He would not like that. Or she. It's just Hobbes. This is all the shrubbery stuff I was pointing out earlier. I believe Hobbes enjoys this cover. Something was definitely walking here. Since the rain, it's washed out. Those don't look like cat tracks. Probably a deer, but Hobbes would like that because Hobbes eats deer. Hopefully not me. I kind of have to just stomp through this, which is good because lets Hobbes know. See, it's a little sketchy when you're out in these shrubs because you can't see much. Hobbes could be 20 feet away from me and I would have no idea. It's always a little disconcerting when you're out in the woods and you can't quite find the place you were before. We're gonna just keep on going back towards where I found Hobbes tracks. This is so much better than sitting in that apartment. Okay, we got definite deer tracks up here. Looks like a small one, pretty light. Here's a hoof print. And here's another one. It went down that way. These are fairly recent. We do have confirmation that there's deer out here. That is definitely a Hobbes snack. And being out in these bushes, yeah, pretty sketchy place for a deer to be. I don't know how sketchy it is for a man. I think it'll be okay. I'm not trying to sneak. I'm crunching on some of these bushes and talking to the camera, and I am carrying some bear spray and a blade. If Hobbes wants to take me out, well, he might have to come with me. But then we'd at least have some company wherever we're going. Seems fair. Yeah, just moving through these thickets. Real thick thickets. Look at that. Cannot see anything 10 feet into those. And they span away as those trees over there, the edge of the ridge. And then this way, more thickets, and then 100 yards that way is the other edge. The top of this ridge line, it only spans just over 100 yards, and then it goes east and west a few miles. So it's long and narrow, and on either side there's thick pines, and on the top it's just a bit more open, but it's got these thickets everywhere. If you're a cat, lots of good places to take a nap in the day, far away from nerds like me. Now the thing is, the other day I was walking straight through the thicket. It was really tough going, so I'm gonna go to the north side of the ridge and back down the hill a bit, and then see if we can cut that way on a bit of an easier path. Oh good, I'm back to a familiar landmark, this rock underneath these three pines that are in an open part of the ridge. This is where I came from earlier. It's funny when you're out in the woods and you can really play tricks on yourself, wondering if you're getting turned around or not. Now I have a compass and GPS, variety of tools, but still, it does make you feel some kind of way, and I think I like it. So I went back to the north side of the ridge, and it starts getting steep, and there's all those trees that you saw. So the going's pretty tough over there. And I think that's part of why the cat likes it up here. It's just pretty hard to get through. If you're a deer or me, kind of stumbling around could make you a good target for a snack. Changed up my plan, and I'm just gonna try to move through the thicket like I did last time. Definitely has the feeling of that Jurassic Park movie where they're like, stay out of the tall grass. I'm not too concerned, as one shouldn't be, taking the proper precautions. However, I did watch a bunch of mountain lion encounter videos last night, and some of them were pretty terrifying. People do get attacked sometimes. Usually when people come into those scenarios, it's they surprise the lion or come upon its cubs, so it's trying to protect them. I come in peace. I want to be free. So now I'm out looking for Hobbes, a friend with fangs. Oh, there's movement. I don't know what it was. It was big though. My heart's pounding. It was quiet too. Usually deer crash through the woods. I have a lot of experience with deer, and it was tan. It could have been a deer. It could have been Hobbes. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe I saw it. Hobbes just ran through here. Or a deer. It was a big one. And it was tan, so it was either a deer or the mountain lion. Oh man. Ah, I am sweating, guys. Mountain lions, they can run up to 50 miles an hour. So the thing is, if Hobbes doesn't want me around, I'm not gonna really be able to do much. Whew. It was moving through those trees. That'll make you feel alive. It's 50% chance, really, if it was a lion or a deer. And since I found lion tracks we're within 30 yards. Okay, guys, that was a thrill. Oh my god. I did not think I was gonna get a thrill like that today.